We're powerful divine beings created in the image of God. And as His beloved children, we're intended to live victoriously and abundantly. And so if that's the life that God promises us, then why is everything such a struggle? Several years ago, in utter frustration, I cried out to God with this very question, and I was exhausted. I was completely burned out and at the end of my rope, at the end of myself. I couldn't understand if He's such a good and big God, then why does everything feel so hard? For years, I had strived to achieve and succeed enough to feel like I was enough. I struggled every day to make life work for myself. And no matter how hard I tried, my circumstances never lined up with the picture of the life that I had pictured for myself that I desperately wanted. Survival had become my way of existence as a single woman, working incessantly in a desperate search for financial freedom, for some sense of security, and a yearning for fulfillment inside. And my life was just wrought with one disappointment and delay and defeat after another, and I felt in despair. I was stuck. I was miserable. And I furiously rattled this off to that resentment that I felt and that I had held against God about my reality. And I pleaded for Him to show me wisdom and truth, and to allow that to illuminate my heart and my mind. And though I felt some immediate relief or releasing my anger and frustration to Him in the prayer that I prayed, the answers didn't come all at once. Yet I was at the end of myself, and I knew that if anybody was going to help me, it was going to be Him, and it had to be Him. I begged Him. I said, God, if you're who you say you are, and the Bible is true, then you'll show me, because obviously I'm missing something big. And over the next few years, I immersed myself in praying and studying His Word in search of the breakthrough that I wanted and that I needed. And in addition, I read every Christian book that I could find and listened to every podcast and author and speaker that I could listen to that talked about the path to living the life that God promises us. And as a therapist and coach, I saw the same struggle in my clients. It became evident that we're all trying to cope with our pain and disappointment in life the best that we know how. We're doing the best that we can to manage our messes, to make life work, and to self-redeem a smaller story than the more beautiful one that God's writing for us. We just can't believe that He could be a better author than we are. But I was determined to discover the solution for myself and my clients at that point too. And merely managing our hearts and our lives just wasn't any longer an option when so much more is available. And I was going to find it. So over the next several weeks and the next several heart sparks that I share with you, I'm going to share this path to the life of freedom and fulfillment, the freedom and fullness that I discovered, that's going to encourage and empower and equip you to break out of your own striving, your struggling and surviving, so you can step into the more that's awaiting you. Today, I want to share the first 4 truths that will jumpstart your journey to living victoriously and abundantly. And the first one is this: that we are opposed. There is an evil one who despises God and everything of Him, especially us as His children. And there's a battle going on every single day in our hearts and our minds for who and what will reign: evil or good, fear or love, scarcity or abundance, pain or wholeness, chaos or peace, sadness or joy. Every moment. Number 2, we're robbed. Right out from under our noses, we are stolen from. We live on earth where evil has dominion, not because God created it that way or wanted it that way, but because Adam and Eve made a choice in the garden. But because we live in a world of brokenness at this point, we're stolen from. Evil uses our pain, our disappointments, our delays, and our defeats in life to convince us of powerful lies about who we are and who we aren't, about who God is and who He isn't, and about what is available to us in life. And our lies create a filter, and it is from that filter that we view the world and all of our experiences. The third truth is this: because of truths 1 and 2, we settle. And as a result of the lies that we believe, our trust in God is broken, and we disconnect from Him in self-protection. We end up feeling alienated and alone as a result. We believe He doesn't care or He isn't big enough, so we aren't going to have what we need, and it's up to us. And in our pain and our mistrust, we live like orphans. And we convince ourselves that struggling, striving, and surviving is all there is in life. And the fourth truth is this: He is our rescuer. God has not left us without rescue. He desires to heal and redeem our pain. He desires to restore us to our true identity and to lead us into the life that He promises us so that we can live out our greater purpose and our destiny. Instead of living in struggle, lack, and defeat, we're created as powerful warriors who can choose to live courageously, abundantly, and victoriously. So I ask you, what painful, disappointing experiences have pierced your heart? What lies have you come to believe about you as a result of those experiences? What lies have you come to believe about God? And how have these lies stolen from you? How are you living like an orphan instead of the powerful warrior that you are? And I want you to take just a moment and visualize the powerful warrior within you. I want you to feel him or her awakening inside of you. Acknowledge that yearning that you have within for the more that God has for you. Struggling, striving, and surviving is not all there is in life. And it's time to empower your inner warrior to arise into his or her fullness and to step into the life that you were destined for. Are you ready?